getting used to this bike. I was like, throw on that other clutch. It's you can like roll it back, and I was like, we're sending it. We're giving her all she got.
Drama goes down at World Supercross. Hey everybody, Walter Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine and Ricky.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look. Between the industry ruts, we got some ruts to look through today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So, World Supercross, welcome to the swimming pool. You know, it revealed quite a bit. The biggest story, of course, going into the night was...
like, we're sending it. We're giving her all she got. And, yeah, man, you guys were awesome. The crowd is insane. Man, I love Argentina, baby!
Danger Boy Deegan on the 450, the 4 fatty. And the reality is this, the dude looked pretty good. I mean, he was riding that bike the way he rides the 250, really throwing whips, man, just putting on a show for the crowd, clearly having a lot of fun, and walks away with the podium. For me, this is a pretty big win. The bigger win is this, is that he missed the Super Pole, so his gate picks weren't there. He had bad starts all night. And had he started up front, I think there's a really good chance Danger Boy, I don't think he could have ran with Kenny Boy, but maybe. Kenny Boy was lightning fast in the whoops, and he looked on point. Kenny Boy rode with a lot of precision and efficiency, and just very, almost borderline aggressive, but very much in control as well. But I think Danger Boy was the second fastest rider out there. I think had he started up front with Kenny, I think Kenny might have edged him out, only because this is Danger Boy's first race on the 450. But I think if we're eventually going to see Danger Boy be able to handle Kenny, he can handle that whole lineup that we had out there at World Supercross tonight. But, it was a pretty good showing for Danger Boy. Does this answer the question, will he show up on a 450 at A1? It's still a little bit of a coin toss for me. I really don't know. If this was his only 450 race, I'm thinking, and he's not going to race any more 450 races, I'm thinking we're going to see him on a 250 at A1 and for Supercross. But, I could be wrong. Like I said, he looked good. I think he's having fun. I think he wants to hang out with the 450 guys. I don't think he wants to be down in that 250 class anymore. Even with the finish that he had tonight, I think there's a really good chance. Like I said, a 50-50, he's still showing up not still, but he's supposed to show up on a 250. I think there's a good chance we still see Danger Boy show up on the 450. Now, the big one is the next round that he does Australia. Depending on how he does there, again, if he has another solid night, hits the podium like he did tonight, I expect him to have more time on this 450. I would imagine that he's going to ride the 250 very little, if at all. I bet you all his riding he's going to do during the week and up until the next round that he does in Australia will in fact be on the 450. So I only expect him to get faster, but really it was the starts that hurt him. But he looked plenty fine, plenty comfortable, whipping the bike. He said all the right things. Clearly he was the big draw for World Supercross. And World Supercross, when their broadcast was probably the best it's ever been. It still wasn't quite, you could tell it was still not quite what we have here in America, but it was still fairly decent. Like, I like the flow. I like what they brought. I liked Ralph, Jeff, and Daniel. I think they all did a great job. But I really think that it still didn't have quite the feel. It still felt a little exhibitionist, like an exhibition race, really. Now, let's move down. Justin Cooper, again, a solid night.
Like the Beatles going on tour.
Oh, here's Justin Cooper.
Here he comes inside of his team.
This dude's always a second place guy. But again, I think Deegan was faster than Justin Cooper. Justin Cooper started jumping the whoops, which is what he does. He earned that second place. Can't take anything away from him, other than the fact that Danger Boy did not have a good gate pick and never got starts. I think had he started in front of Justin Cooper, he would have kept Justin Cooper behind him. I'm really glad that Danger Boy actually came in third, because I think this is going to keep him hungry to come and do some more racing on the 450 and continue to improve. I think for a first race out, he looked pretty good. I was a little concerned when I saw him in that first in that first main event, it looked like, Danger's going to just pretty much, ride around back there. But even where he was at, like, 5th, 6th place, wherever he was still throwing the best whips out there, clearly having fun, clearly comfortable.
Another one. Finds himself up to 6th.
He was putting very little to no pressure on himself, clearly out there for results. It was all about, let's get some gate drops, ride this 450, get the checkers, and get this thing around the track and throw on a little show for the fans, which is clearly what he did. Now, let's move to 4th place, Christian Craig.
Goes on the 99, and he's fighting with Christian Craig on the 28. That's for 5th right now. Give that spot to
Christian Craig. This is a decent race, but had this been in America with a full field, he's still maybe a top 10 guy. Now, this is the good news for Christian Craig. If he can be a top 10 guy on a privateer quad lock Honda, they're going to be happy with that. I mean, top 10s are big, and especially for a privateer team. So, I mean, the limited field, he looked good. I think he looked a lot better on this quad lock Honda than he did on the Star Racing Yamaha. For his first race out and having been out as long as he's been, I think this was a pretty decent night for Christian Craig. Now, El Hombre. See, these were the big stories for me going into this race. Danger Boy, how's he going to do? Christian Craig, this is a big moment for him. And then Anderson.
Jason Anderson, 53.5, fastest rider on the track. Both Suzuki.
How is he going to be able to raise his game on this Suzuki? And so far, I didn't really see El Hombre raising his game. But again, the good news for El Hombre, this isn't some big corporate swamp-infested, factory effort. This is more of a privateer effort with just some factory support. And so I think he, as long as Kenny's carrying the torch, El Hombre's fine. Give me my paycheck. Let me go out there. And again, he even said this is really, without saying it, because he's like, I got to be politically correct, this is really just warm-ups for Anaheim 1. And you just can never count El Hombre out. I mean, the dude's a past champion. He's clearly got bike skills. It wouldn't surprise anybody if he came out and won A1 on that bike. I doubt he'll do it, but there's a good chance. I think we'll see more of the same out. I expected him to beat Christian Craig, and I think just the overall, I think he had him beat in a couple of the mains, or at least one. But when it came to the overall, he ended up 5th, right? So I think he looked pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with where I'm seeing El Hombre. But again, it's still, I just didn't see any massive improvement. Now, he's still new on this bike. We got to give him some time to do more testing, get more comfortable on the bike. And just, he was pretty much, not racing for a while. He basically pulled out of the series early. I don't know how much off-season stuff he did. Limited time on the bike. It was a respectable finish. I think for all these guys to shake the cobwebs out at World Supercross, I mean, Kenny just hit the ground running. Kenny just looked really, really good, efficient. But, this is all going to come back down to the Wonder Boy. Once we get the Wonder Boy back at A1 in the stateside, here in the Supercross series, that's really where, these guys will see how fast they really are. And right now, I just don't see anybody ready to run with Jet Lawrence. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. World Supercross, welcome to the swimming pool. You guys delivered a decent race. Not bad for your opening night of World Supercross. Apparently you guys sold out a smaller stadium. It looked good. A definite improvement from previous World Supercrosses that we've seen. Everything's starting to shape up to potentially be a decent series for you guys and possibly leave a mark. In the meantime, Walty will be here to blow the lid off at every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there. Simply search up Walty Wanders MX on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.
Man, I'm just getting used to this bike still, so I was like, just keep learning throughout the day. And unfortunately, we lost 2 clutches in the first or second moto. I was like, throw on that other clutch. It's you can like roll it back, and I was like, we're sending it. We're giving her all she got. And yeah, man, you guys were awesome. The crowd is insane. Man, I love Argentina, baby.